Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and today I was going to do a four-wheel drive truck day to kind of help us get over the hump on hump day, or I was going to do a wheel swap Wednesday, but I'm kind of going to merge them all together and do a base swap. Kind of like a wheel swap, but it's a little simpler, especially with these M2 vehicles. They're wonderful because they are put together with Phillips head screws, and they're very simple to do base swaps on. So you may have seen some of my past videos. I did my first one on square body trucks, probably 3 years ago when M2 first launched their square body line. And I did it with like the Edelbrock one, the Moon Eyes one, and the black and white Silverado. Those were the first Miho releases, and I picked those up and did some base swaps on them so you guys could see how they come apart and go back together. And anyways, since then I've done one on K5 Blazers and one on these Mopar trucks. Well, I just noticed I haven't done one for a while, so I figured maybe some of my new viewers would like to see one. Maybe they can't find it in my library of videos because we've got a few hundred videos now, so it may be a little bit tougher to locate. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one today because I have a couple of trucks, one that I want to slam and one that I want to lift. So we have the bases for us to use and we have the extra trucks right now. So I figured, what the hell, go ahead and do it. So anyways, as I was mentioning, these trucks are held together, which mostly all M2 vehicles are held together with two Phillips head screws. Some don't even have two. Some just have one in the front, and they have a little tab that slides into the back of the body itself. Like, I think the 69 Roadrunner's like that. I know one of the older Mopar muscle cars are like that because I did a wheel swap or base swap on one of those not too long ago. But the trucks are two Phillips head screws. As you can see here on this one, there's one here, one there in the front. This truck here is the pick 'em up truck from the the Auto Hauler set, the Release 77. It came with this Power Wagon and a Auto Project yellow Hemi 69 Roadrunner on a trailer. So anyways, this guy, since I have a few of them, is a good base donor. But I also would like to see him slammed. And I'm going to do the pink version of this guy slammed. The one that we just unboxed in the pink chrome series. And if you guys are having a hard time finding these, they're easier to find if you use the link in M2's bio on Instagram. It will take you directly there. I think they still have some available. Just to let you guys know if you're still hunting for those. You do have to buy the whole 6-car set though, and it's only $39.97 plus tax. And shipping, in most cases from Walmart, is free. So I think it ended up costing me like less than $43 to get the set of 6 shipped to my door. So not too bad. So anyways, I had 2 sets, and I sold all the cars out of them except for 2 Dodge trucks. And here's the one that I've opened, and I want to put the slammed base on it. And this guy here, I'm going to put a slam base on too. And eventually I'm going to get another red one and slam it. So I have all 3 lifted and 3 of them slammed. Now we have 2 gray SRT Hellcat slam trucks over here on the side. These both have been wheel swapped. They still have the base from the original wheels and such. I just wheel swapped them to give them a different look because I kept the standard one, the original one, released from M2 with the black turbine wheels because I have all of the Hellcat trucks that are slammed like this on one shelf in my display case, and there's a red one, a gray one, which is this one, the purple one, and a yellowish green one, like limelight Mopar color. And there's a dark blue one coming up soon. And anyways, I have all of them with the black turbines on them. And I had a couple extras, so I just wheel swapped them, made them look a little different. This one's riding on the slots from M2. This is riding on some 20-inch factory SRT wheels from Greenlight. So anyways, we're going to take the bases from this guy here specifically, and put on the pink one, and then this guy here is going to go on the white one. Then we're going to take the lifted base and put on one of my Warlocks. I have a few of these also. I bought one off of eBay and then was lucky enough to find two of them at Walmart and bought them. So now I have one that I left sealed. I was looking for the one with the little scratches on the hood. That's the one I'm going to do the lift on. Yeah, there it is. It has a couple little hairline scratches. And the base, I don't know why, but the back bumper is tweaked. It looks like it was rear-ended or something like that. So the tips on the back of it that stick out for the rear bumper are bent down. So I'm going to get rid of that base and put the lifted base on it. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and take these screws out of this guy here. And as I said, it's pretty simple. Just unscrew them, and then it just kind of comes right off. Sometimes you may have a little bit of problem. You'll have to kind of work them a little bit to get them to pop off. Sometimes they're thick on paint or something, and maybe it is stuck on there just a little bit, but most of the time they just pull right off like this is going to. I just have to undo the screw a little bit more. But yeah, there are cases where you will come across some that have extra paint and it's a little harder to get them screwed or off the body. So anyways, this one I wanted to put the slots on. So we're going to take this base off this guy and we're going to put this base on the white one. And these gray ones, as I said, I definitely have one more, maybe two more. And the one I left stock with the black turbines, so it would go along with the other trucks and such. And I'm probably going to put some kind of base back on it, one of these, and get rid of it, because I really don't want any more than like two versions of each truck. Just because it just gets a little bit overwhelming. You run out of room and you have all these trucks, and really they're not much different, except maybe you have different wheels on them or something like that. But having a lifted one and a slammed one of each is cool, or a standard two-wheel ride height and then a lifted one is pretty cool. So I'm not even going to bother with screwing the screws down again right now, but here you go. It's that simple. Just pop that back on. Actually, I will go ahead and just put these down there a little bit so I do not lose my screws, because that's a bad thing when you lose these little tiny screws, because sometimes they are hard to find, and if you can't find them, they're not so easy to acquire, especially where I live here in West Virginia. So that one's on there a little bit. I hope I didn't cross-thread those. But anyways, and then we'll just pop this gray body back on the lifted base. So the gray one looks actually pretty cool lifted as a four-wheel drive. Then the pink one, same thing. We're going to get the screws off of him, and then we are going to do the same with that one and swap the bases around. Alright, so yeah, the magic of editing. So yeah, now it's back with the slam base on it with these big 5 spokes. I think this thing looks great with these big 5 spokes on it, because it gives it like a factory modern Mopar look, but with the old school pickup truck look, but with a custom candy paint job. So this thing looks really sweet, in my opinion. Love it. And then you have the white one slammed with a smaller diameter, maybe like a 20-inch. These look more like 22s or 24s on this truck, but I think originally on the like 08 Challengers, these were only like 20s, but the way they look on these vehicles, this one specifically, they look like 22s or 24s. And then these would probably be considered more of like a 20-inch style wheel. The one thing that I do not like about these Dodge trucks, sometimes they look like they're bowed in the middle a little bit. This one ain't too bad, but sometimes you'll get them where they look really bad. And sometimes you'll have to do a little bit of like Slight modifications. Some bases have like more of a nipple on the front area where you have to grind it down a little bit. I've had to do that sometimes, but lately I've been getting these where I can just swap around four-wheel drive to slam bases, no problem at all. And it's usually only the slam bases that give you the problem where it looks bowed in the middle, and then you'll have to do some kind of like grinding, filing a little bit on the inside of the base. Like, for example, as you can see how this area is, this is a four-wheel drive base, but it's just pretty much the same. You have this raised area for the screw, and sometimes you got to grind that down, and then it will help the base sit down a little bit lower. I've noticed that on some of them because I think maybe when they're cast at these bases, they don't have as big of a area for the screw on the slam base as they do on like a two-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive. But anyways, we got our look that we wanted for these two slam pick-em-up trucks, and now we're going to take the base off of our Warlock. Yeah, this is the one I want to keep my stock two-wheel drive stuff on, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's got a good bumper. Yeah, this one's the one that's been rear-ended. So, anyways, yeah, I seen that. I was like, man, what happened to this thing? And anyways, no big deal. We'll just take the screws out of it and remove that two-wheel drive base and put a lifted base on it. I kind of did this with the Midnight Express. I ended up acquiring a second one. Was lucky to find it for a decent price because it was one of the first releases, and that first 6 that came in that Dodge sleeve, they're a little bit pricey sometimes, usually upwards of $20 or more for each one. And I wanted to put the standard two-wheel drive ride height base on the Midnight Express, and I was able to do that, but then I didn't have one to put back as a factory base for the stock-looking M2, I would say. But it didn't really matter. I ended up with the second one again, so I was able to acquire it and leave it slammed, and then have one on a stock two-wheel drive platform. Now, the Warlock I wanted to do like this because they're readily available right now and they're not too badly priced. So I figured it would be a great time to lift one and then have one as a stock two-wheel drive and such. So here are our base swaps. I didn't screw down the Warlock yet, but I just wanted to give you guys the idea. So there's your slammed pick-em-up trucks, and then your lifted Warlock with a two-wheel drive Warlock. So guys, that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. Just wanted to throw a video in there until our new stuff gets here. We're having some delays, I guess, because of the holidays. My 70 Dodge D300 has been sitting in Charleston, West Virginia since Friday, and it's already Wednesday of the following week. I don't know what they're doing with it. But anyways, hope to have it this weekend maybe and do a video on it because it is a sweet piece. And then we're hoping to get some other stuff here pretty soon too. I have a mellow yellow Power Wagon coming to do an unboxing on, but everything's kind of at a standstill because of the holidays, I believe. But maybe we'll do some unboxings on Funko Pops or action figures that I have for my son. That way we can fill in the void just to have something to watch. So anyways, guys, that's it. Have a great week, and we will be back on Friday for our Free It Friday for Black Friday. We may do something a little different. We may come back and do a showcase of black rides for Black Friday, just because of the fact that I don't know if I'll have anything to crack open for Free It Friday, and it is a holiday, and we've done that before in the past with black cars on Black Friday, so maybe we'll do that again. So turn on your notification bell so you know when we launch that video, and enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully you have the rest of the week off for the holiday. Thanks for watching.